Welcome to 108 Gate. Hope you are well. This is a energy reading when you come to this video, and here we go. So the vibe is very much of a decision making. It's as though there's a load of roads going ahead, so it's going left or right, this way, that way, and you're having to make some decisions of which way are you planning to go, which way is the best for you, which way have you got to leave behind. The thing is, it doesn't feel like it's a difficult situation because a lot of these decisions you've already made. It's just a matter of now committing to that. So the crossing the T's, dotting the I's kind of vibe, and making sure that you're just doing that last check. So for example, I'm seeing like an example of when you're leaving a space or a place, you're moving home, or you're moving office, or you're moving to a new location somewhere, or you're on a holiday and you're doing that last bit of packing up. So making sure that you're just doing a scan of your area to make sure that everything's been picked up, making sure you've got your passport if you're abroad, just making sure that you've took all your belongings with you that you need. Interesting. So it's nothing to do with leaving something behind. It's making sure that everything you do need, everything you do require, you've got it with you and you're taking it with you. So this is quite a beautiful energy. She says that, and then we get the 5 of coins. It's all right. Don't worry. Don't panic. Let's keep going. There we go. So that feels as though it's confirming that when we have been going in a certain direction, we've been going in a particular decision flow, a flow of decisions, a flow of decision making, a flow of this feels correct, a flow of this is where I need to be going, this is what I need to be doing, and how I need to be doing it. As you're following that more and more, it's becoming easier, it's becoming more succinct, it's becoming more apparent that yes, this is the correct direction for me. The thing with that is it's going to arrive at some point to a point where it is new to you. This is the ushering into a new comfort zone, is ushering into a new space where you're able to understand that all the things that have led up to now have been happening for a particular reason. All the things that have been happening leading up to now are they're in the past, and the pain that's going to be falling away is really immense. It's allowing in this flow of happiness, allowing in a flow of well-being and intentional kind of planning, intentional direction, intentional enjoyment of everything you have. Because you're not letting those things bother you anymore. You're not letting those nitty-gritty things that used to get you upset or used to take personally, which has nothing to do with you on some level, that you're letting them just fall away more and more, easier and easier. So that's really, really powerful. And then that's why you've kind of, this is why it's having that feeling of you've had your holiday, you've had your relaxation time, now you're picking everything up, making sure you've scanned the space, you've got everything that's yours, everything you need, and you're rejuvenated, and now going to the next level, going to the next steps. So it's a really great energy and really digging this vibe. But there you go, 10 of Cups. It's getting better and better. So I'm going to get a feminine, a light and a feminine card. Right, so you got the Magician. This is like the power that's in this. I can't really put it into words yet. The alchemization is just so pristine, it's so easy, it's so matter of fact that it's like kind of wondering on some level, how is this happening with such ease and grace now when before it was so difficult? It's because you've done the work. It's because you know that there's a certain point at which things are going to flow with ease. So if you think about a tap or a bottle, and the top is on really, really tight, or a jar and the top is on really tight, and you loosen it, you keep going, you keep going, you keep going, you loosen it. At some point, you're hoping, or it usually does, that the top screws off, or the tap unscrews, and you're able to see the flow of water. So it's all of that struggle, all of that intention, all of that energy put into opening the tap, opening the bottle, opening the jar, is actually now allowing you to open the jar and look what's inside, open the jar and utilize what's inside, open the tap and let the water flow. So this is the emotional cleansing that's going to be happening, because as this tap begins to flow, as this water, this emotion is beginning to flow, you're really getting a kind of indication of the things that are going to be cleansed and purified out. You're going to get, so if you think about this and that the water is flowing over these wounds, the wounds aren't actually there. So it's like as if there was, okay, I don't want to go too graphic in the detail because that's really quite weird. The wounds are looking, so as if you got a plaster, but once you take the plaster off, underneath the plaster you've actually got healed skin, you've got healed wounds. So it's like now it's just doing the cleaning up, doing the literally again, like the getting everything ready, taking what's yours, making sure that you're well equipped, you have everything you need, everything you've worked for, everything you've been gathering, and it's with you, within your grasp, it's in your hand to take with you. So all these emotions, although it's a 5 of cups, although it's a 5 of coins, it's feeling really good, because you're seeing that's more to do with where have you come from and where are you going towards, where have you come from and where are you going towards. So it's a really great energy, it's really rewarding energy, and it's kind of those moments of understanding and realizing that I'm glad I didn't give up, I'm glad I stood my ground, I'm glad I stuck with it, because now look at the rewards that are presenting themselves in front of me. So you've got strength here. It is that strength that carried you forward. It is that strength that's going to carry you now to the next chapter. It's an ongoing process. It's an ongoing thing. So where you have grown and you've become whole, you've become really in excuse me, feeling the integration of certain things. It's now the next chapter. It's the next part of this journey called life. It's the next part of what you're going to be exploring. So ladybird, ladybug, wherever you're from, whatever, and sweet pea. So it's that knowing that there's happiness there, joy there, coming in. It's just a beautiful energy. Inspired to do more, inspired to go further, inspired to look beyond what you were first initially intending, because you're seeing and you're sensing that just because you have got to a certain point, you actually had one intention in mind, and you're seeing now that there's a lot more available beyond that you hadn't initially thought of, because there's been going on, it's been struggle for so long, or there's certain things that have been quite a struggle for so long, that now you're seeing that the struggle doesn't need to keep going, the struggle doesn't need to continue, you can have more ease. So even when you have this new chapter coming up, and this new chapter's tasks and things to learn and things to master coming up, you're going to have a different perspective of it. It's not going to be a chore, it's not going to be difficult, it's not going to entice anxiety or worry in you. It's actually going to be really empowering and show you that you can feel really confident about this. So you've got 7 of Wands. This again, because especially with what's coming in, because you put the work in before, because you put the time, energy and effort in before, there were some things that were really difficult. That struggle was worth it. That struggle is worth it, and you're going to be receiving the rewards of all that coming through. You're going to be receiving the equity from your investments. So where you invested in certain things, this is where it's going to get a bit complicated, because in the past you may have invested in the wrong people, you may have invested in the wrong things, but switching it now is going to enable you to really reclaim those not so great investment, and then start reinvesting somewhere where it's more appropriate, investing where it's more applicable and amicable and worthwhile for yourself. So what I'm going to do is get a masculine over here. You got 5 of coins. Interesting. Again, that same thing. So that this switcheroo feeling, I don't know why I'm saying switcheroo, but that's what it's feeling like. This switching of energies, this understanding that I used to do it this way, but now I'm doing it this way. This process is possibly still ongoing for quite a few, and that's why it's still quite present and prevalent. So this switching of way of doing things, this switching of where I'm stepping next, is because, like, if you're on ice and you're trying to feel which part of the ice is cracked, which part of the ice is safe to step on, you're feeling more so now that you may have had a cold spell or something like that, or you may have even had the opposite and it's all melted. You know, with a more conclusive mind, with a more assured mind, that this is not the path to go, because unless I can swim, it's melted and I can swim through it, but I can't step on the water, I can't step on the ice. So you're more assured about your path, you're more assured about how you're going to get from A to B, how you're going to navigate the next steps. Even if you don't quite know what's going to be after B, C. Sorry, throat's getting really dry. So then your time to rest, this is, it's not like you're taking time out and you're stepping out completely. It's just a matter of changing your pace, because you're not at the same demanding space. You're not at the same space in which you were before. It's not going to be so demanding and commanding of you. So this is where this rest energy is coming in, of like, it's not going to be as I want to say, begins with F, frantic. It's not going to be as frantic. It's not going to be as all or nothing. It's going to be more blended. It's going to be more integrated. It's going to be more of a process, as opposed to this or that. It's not going to be oscillating as much from one step to the other. It's going to be kind of gliding and flowing between it, and seeing, gauging, identifying where you're going, why you're going in that way. Is going to be known to you because of your emotions, and then you're going to start edging towards that way with a different level of confidence. Fantastic reading. Yeah, so with that, if you haven't already, subscribe, hit the bell, and for now, peace and love.